ఖాళీ ఉంది అది. ఎక్కువ లేదు, చాలా తక్కువ.
ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్నారు కదా పైన.
మనకంటే ముందు వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు, వాళ్ళది ఇప్పుడే అయిపోయింది.
Please remember to be extra cautious out here today. In a liquid environment, from time to time, the vessel could rock and roll from vessel wakes. I did see a number of children on board the vessel today, and my message is for all the kids out there, do me a favor, do me a favor, do me a favor. Keep an eye on your parents and guardians for me. I know how they are. They're always trying to get away from you. So do me a favor, do not allow them to roam around the vessel unattended at any time. Now, before I go on with the rest of the safety, I want you guys to take a look before you end up passing this. We are looking at a section of Coronado Island that was taken over by the United States Navy back in 1917. This is known as Long Island Naval Air Station, largest naval air station on the West Coast. And we're kind of passing the USS Carl Vinson there, a little bit behind us to the right. CVN 70, Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. One of two aircraft carriers that is stationed here. Comes in at 1,092 feet in length, 257 feet in width, 244 feet in height, and there's about 40 feet that you can't see. That's beneath the waterline. And one of my very favorites, the late Danny Kaye. I don't know if you guys remember Danny Kaye. I'll tell you what, funny guy. Danny Kaye movies. They also have their own set of very unique rules and regulations here, and you know what, if you guys look back behind us there, a little bit to the right, you can see all those homes against the shoreline back there. If you take a good look back there at those homes, you'll notice something right away. None of those homes actually look exactly alike. You guys see that? None of those homes look alike. You know why? That's the law. No home on Coronado Island can have the same architectural design as another. That is the law. You'll also notice that none of those homes are over 2 stories in height. And how about these condos here with the red rooftops? We have the landings, Coronado Point condominiums. They are exactly 4 stories in height. You're familiar with his son. His son actually grew up to become very famous. Became the lead singer of a very popular rock group. You guys know who that was, right? Rear Admiral Morrison's son? Who was that? Yeah, Jim Morrison of the rock group The Doors. I know. Navy brat. Who would have imagined that? That's a fact. Now, one of the ways to get over to Coronado Island is directly ahead of us. It is the Coronado Bay Bridge. And I will give you a heads up right now. If you decide to drive over using that bridge, you got to remember something right away. You got to remember to slow down as soon as you touch down on Coronado Island, because the maximum speed limit on Hornblower Island is 25 miles per hour all over. And the Hornblower Island police do not play around with that. So be careful, be careful, be careful, because they give more tickets per capita out of any city of their size in the entire United States of America. That's a fact. And goes, take a look at this in the floating dry dock. War on Terrorism, second ship of this type, the USS Independence. Looks like something out of the movie The Avengers. Take a look at this thing. Speechless looking at that. Combat Littoral Vessel number 2 for the War on Terrorism, the USS Independence, 0 to 40 knots in just under 2 minutes, no propellers, water jet propulsion, do a full 360-degree spin in place. Actually had some of their crew on board, and I'm like, what are you talking about, 360-degree spin in place? You don't do that. Do a 180 and you're out. That's just showing off. What's up with that? But that's what they can do. Used for shallow water minesweeping, anti-boat swarm warfare, submarine hunting, and working with the Navy and Marine Corps' special warfare groups. I say that quick, like they can hear me or something. But you know what I'm talking about when I say that. You guys that wear black. Special ops. Merchant Marine ships that is being built right now is a Mount Fort Point right here off to the port side, left-hand side. It's going to be used to carry hovercraft. Call those LCACs, landing craft air cushion vehicles. Pier 1, First Pier, Naval Station, 32nd Street, largest surface warfare fleet on the West Coast. One of the many places I used to call home. The ships I spent a little time on right there, the USS Rents, older Oliver Hazard Perry class guided missile fast frigate on pier number 1, protects the battle group from surface, subsurface, and air attack. And also on pier number 2 there we have the second Arleigh-Burke class destroyer of the first 2 that were stationed here in San Diego, taking the place of the Spruance class destroyers. That's the Penfold, DDG number 65, excuse me, 65. Can't see the name on the back. She just came back from a deployment. And, always gray those out when they go on deployment. I'm not advertising. Other ship you see, one of the newer destroyers, that's the USS Halsey. That's a Flight 2 type. You can see helicopter hangar bays in the back there. And a ship visiting us from Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, we have the USS Russell. 1891, the USS Pinckney and the USS Dewey. And our very own ship right there on pier number 4. Newly commissioned, not even a year old yet. That's the USS San Diego on pier number 4. Hasn't went on her first deployment yet. She's still gearing up for that. Another San Antonio class. LPD landing platform dock. She also carries a hovercraft that comes out of the back end. The back end opens up like the tailgate of a pickup truck. And carries a tilt-rotored aircraft that's called the Osprey. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that flying around. That looks like something out of G.I. Joe. Ship with that huge ramp on the back is dedicated in honor of comedian and actor Bob Hope. And the newest San Antonio class is number 23 back there. That's the USS Anchorage, new to San Diego. And helicopter carrier number 4, looking at the USS Boxer. Wasp class helicopter carrier, largest class helicopter carrier in the Navy. Largest ship that can fit underneath the Coronado Bay Bridge. Not an aircraft carrier. No aircraft carrier can fit underneath that bridge without hitting the bridge or running aground. Now that one maxed out at about 2,200 Marines. 1,100. Here's something I always like to remind everybody. We have the Hornblower Park north and south there. I don't know if you guys were out here 2 seasons ago, but on New Year's Eve we had made history by having a motorcycle daredevil and snowmobile daredevil jump the Embarcadero Marine Enterprise, but that particular one was instrumental in picking up the astronaut pilots of the Apollo space program. You see that plane with the black nose cone in the blue tail? That's the old A7 Corsair. Two gold anchors on the bow there let everybody know that 50% of the crew re-enlisted back in the Navy. You can also see the old Crusader there with the white nose gun. Now full circle back to where we began. I'd like everyone to take a quick look around if you're departing the vessel. Please remember to pick up everything you brought with you. We are pulling in here briefly. If you're on a 2-hour trip and you've only done the first hour of your trip.
And you also notice that this main channel of the bay is marked with red and green, but we start left and right hand sides. That's just to let the ships know where they may or may not go. Back to Harbor Island. Harbor Island is also home to 3 major hotels, the first of which directly beside us is the Sheraton Harbor Island East Hotel. Directly behind it, you'll see its sister hotel, the Sheraton Harbor Island West Hotel. And not too far off in the distance behind it, I think we have an Antonov 124 Condor, which appears like it's about to take off from Naval Air Station North Island. actually happens to be one of the largest plains in the entire world. Look at the sheer size of it, that it actually kind of makes it stern. The entire front end of that airplane actually opens up. I'd also like to show everyone on board that these mammals are very well taken care of. In fact, these dolphins actually have their teeth brushed every single night. Spoiled rotten. Now, if you're just like me, I've always wondered what that three-sided arch is over here at the top of Hornblower. Right-hand side, three-sided arch. That's actually where the U.S. Navy has a facility that tests for the best location to put antennas in any of their ships. They built 12 to 15-foot models and put antennas on various spots on each one of the models. They actually have one model of every class of naval warship within the U.S. inventory. They then place the models under the arch and bounce signals off of them from every direction. Alright guys, now we're approaching right up ahead. It's actually going to be on our right-hand side, live bait pens. Now the thing about these pens is sport fishing boats on their way out to sea actually stop here and fill up all of their tanks with live bait. And you'll notice sport fishing boats are the only ones that like to stop by. There's various sea life on there.
Oh, those are tigers. Look at how that one's look at
Both one's sleeping. He's doing their sleeping.